welcome to the morning sprint. It is Monday, a new week, a fresh week. Let's start it off right on the right foot. Yesterday, I went to church at a Greater Love Church. It was fantastic. I always love it when I can say that it was a party at church because, again, everybody was just getting down with Christ. It was just awesome. I enjoyed it, and I think it started my week off the right way because we all know last week was just a tough week in general, just a heavy week with the whole Israel-Hamas situation that's happening overseas. It was just all so heavy. So we're starting a new week off, and again, we're just going to keep our prayers strong for those dealing with these awful attacks that Hamas decided to do on Israel, and hope that Israel again combats this situation, comes back stronger than ever. So yeah, this week let's start the week off right. Let's kind of lift this weight off of our shoulders, whatever your worry may be. Hopefully you can push the pause button for a second because we're going to have a good time on the morning sprint today. Got a lot of cool stories to get to. Again, a lot of stories that has a positive spin to them that will make you smile, make you feel good, make you scratch your head. But this one right here that'll make you feel good is coming from a mom who has such a big, strong love for her terminally ill child that she created this display out of this world. Cannot wait to get to this story. I can't wait for you guys just to see it. But this was so that he can experience Halloween in a normal capacity. So that story is coming up later on in the morning sprint. But again, just kind of covering our bases right here, where we're talking about, obviously the whole Israel-Hamas war that's taking place right now definitely has an impact on people here on a local level. But there are so many people out there that are fighting to help Israel and fighting to bring them back in a safe capacity. And one of the people who is doing that is Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis. Obviously, over 270 Americans, including 91 children, landed at Florida Airport from Tel Aviv to escape the war building between Israel and Hamas. One family on the plane were the Gobiovs. Gobiovs, they were in Jerusalem when the Hamas attacked and spent the rest of their time in and out of bomb shelters. Although grateful to be in the U.S. on U.S. soil, physically safe, they say that they can't be whole until the hostages are returned to Israel safe.
On an emotional level, it is very overwhelming to be in a situation of where you have a fear of your life. But again, we're here physically safe. The hostages that are in Gaza are concerned. No one can be happy until things are settled down and they're freed.
So the evacuation was organized again by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who issued an executive order last week allowing Florida to carry rescue and evacuation operations. His administration partnered with Project Dynamo, a nonprofit run by U.S. veterans whose sole mission is to rescue vulnerable Americans and their allies in dangerous spots around the world. Again, a major, major blessing right there, just to say that we haven't forgotten about our Americans. We are going in and we're going to fight with you, and the fact that this nonprofit has stepped in and helped out the way they did in such a time that's so needed. That's such a good deal right there. So big, huge clap for Ron DeSantis for getting that situated as needed. All right, guys, moving on, protecting dogs that protect you. Okay, so that's been the mission of One Floyd woman for over 20 years now. Laura Turner has worked in law enforcement for 23 years and says that she knows how important canine units are to their handlers. Each year she works to donate bulletproof vests to local agencies to help ease the pressure of tight budgets. And now, after 3 years of donating vests, this year the vet bills have taken a toll.
But this year, unfortunately, 2 of our dogs, they needed major surgery. 3 surgeries, $12,000. These dogs will take a bullet for their handler. They're part of the handler's family.
So since hearing the news, her neighbors started a GoFundMe to help raise money for the vests. So again, another cool story right there where everybody is stepping in to help where they can. It's always a blessing when people come in as a team, to help a very important cause. Again, these animals, are put in the line of fire just like humans. And whenever they are protected, it's always a cool deal, especially seeing as though this is coming from nonprofits that are stepping in to make sure they are safe. Well, speaking of nonprofits, we got one that is closing their doors until next year, but it's for a good reason. This nonprofit is in Buchanan. And it says that New Freedom Farm announced on their website that they're taking the next few months to make some exciting changes. The nonprofit offers equestrian therapy to help veterans cope. They said that they want to work on things like streamlining operations, strengthening partnerships, and they hope to roll out their new plan early next year. But in the meantime, any veteran or first responder in crisis should call or text 988. A resource is definitely needed, especially for our veterans, because again, we understand how mental health is a big deal, and especially with our veterans who have fought for us and are dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome or stress disorder. That's always something that it's not a good story when you hear about, the outcomes and how much it's affecting other people's lives. So the fact that they're shutting down for this is such a good deal. You guys can check out that full story on our website at WSLS.com. Here's one that kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit, because I know technology is happening and I know the future is happening, but sometimes I'm just like, I got trust issues right now, okay? So test drive that could make a lane for future of life behind the wheel. That's what researchers at Virginia Tech Transportation Institute are hoping to accomplish with the self-driving truck that was recently taken on a test run on I-395. The truck cruised through express lanes, dodging debris and roadways, moving over for a crash, and even pulling over for a state trooper. Researchers at the Institute say responses to these type of challenges is what they were hoping to accomplish. Self-driving cars are still a work in progress, though, as testers say that the vehicle faced some challenges, including not recognizing when to go forward following the police stop. Again, I just got trust issues. I am cool with having a human being in the car at all times. I'm just, I get it. It's fun to have that option there. But still, when your life is in the hands of a machine that is assuming this is the right thing to do, it's kind of scary. And look at your screen right now, like just driving. And if I looked up and I saw nobody was in the vehicle, you best believe I'm calling 911 because you never know, what could go wrong. Obviously, I know that if we want to do anything like as far as advancing technologies, they got to have these tests and trial and errors and stuff like that. But still, it's not worth it for me. So I'm gonna press the pause button on kind of being excited about that idea, but who knows? It might be safer than a human being behind the wheel. I don't know. We'll figure it out in the future. Okay, guys. So there's still a week left for spooky seasons, but some in Roanoke are already prepping for the holidays, and we're talking about the awesome Luminites. Explore Park in Roanoke is in the process of setting up 650,000 lights for the 5th year of Luminites. 10 News is a proud media sponsor and got a first look behind the scenes. Alex North with Roanoke County Parks and Rec says that it takes months to set up over 650,000 lights through a half-mile wooded trail. Luminites is part of a partnership between Center and the Square and Explore Park. That's because a regional attraction since it's opened in 2018. This year, they'll hit a major milestone. Illuminates starts November 18th. Tickets go on sale November 1st. Always a cool deal. I went there for the first time last year with my parents, and my mom and dad, they actually really liked it. I was in this little thing, specifically the little purple light thing. I mean, it was just cool. And again, it's cool being in the same atmosphere as everybody because everybody's on the same page of having a good time, enjoying the lights, using your imagination, and then having those little shops and smelling the scent of Christmas vibes and stuff. It's always a cool deal. And it's so cool because looking at these different decorations, I swear all of these, or some of them, most of them, my mom has purchased. She loves her big, huge display. She's already working on hers as we speak. So, yeah, no, it's really cool, and I cannot wait for this to come to fruition so we can go again and explore that fun tradition. All right, today is Monday, and if you walked outside today, it was a little bit cool. I feel like, again, we're in that fall setting where it's getting colder and colder and colder. Meteorologist Chris Michaels joins us right now with our forecast for today.
Happy Monday, guys. Sweater weather from start to finish today, all thanks to low pressure, clouds, isolated showers, along with cool fall breezes. It'll feel like November today with highs in the 50s. Afternoons get warmer through Thursday before our next cold front. I'll be with you every step of the way this week on The Sprint.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Always good to know. It's always great information, especially when you're dealing with your weather and what your plans should be. Okay, so this is a really cute story. It started off with as a tragedy, but it ended up being a really nice story. So this is Gumdrop. She was dropped off at the SPCA's at parking lot with two broken legs. Now, that was a sad story right there. Look how cute she is. Oh my gosh, but she survived. And look how sad this video is. This is the person dropping her off, and you see she's limping around, and she just looks like, oh my God, where are you going? You know, so this was obviously an awful situation, but the shelter took in Gumdrop, nursed her back to health, got her back on the right track, and I think that this story is just a very cool story to show how much people love our animals, and that's an X-ray right there. Look at that little face. And I know the SPCA, they're trying to, that Roanoke SPCA, they're coming out with way to raise awareness about how there are so many people that think the best option to surrender their pets is to just drop them off in a parking lot and abandon them, which that's not good at all, because again, if you do that, the dog can run off in the street, they could get hit by another car, you never know. It could all turn out to be a negative deal, but they're saying basically stop doing this. You cannot surrender an animal by just abandoning it in a parking lot and thinking that's going to be okay. So either way, this is a successful story because it has a happy ending, and you can see she's just as happy as she want to be, just as cute as she want to be. That is cute as a gumdrop. So if you guys want to see this full story, our very own Alyssa Ray, she had been working on it, and she has it in its entirety. You can actually hear from the people who helped nurse Gumdrop back to good health and all that good stuff on our website at WSLS.com. This is a really cool story. This is the cute one that I mentioned on my Facebook page. I kind of tease these every time they come on, but again, just to show how strong a mother's love is and how far it will go to make sure that their children can have that sense of normalcy. For one mom creating an elaborate Halloween display in front of her home, it's truly a labor of love. Now check out this. Look at all that. Look, this is just amazing. So this is her son. Her name is Shelly Jimenez. Says that her son Chris always loved Halloween, so when his declining health prevented him from getting out to see neighbors' decorations, she decided to create this unforgettable Halloween display right in front of the yard. Chris was born premature, later suffered from brain damage, has severe lung disease, and in 2020 lost his sight. But despite his health struggles, Chris has always loved Halloween. Look at that display, man. That's just breathtaking right there. So let's go ahead and just check out. Let's hear from the mom for a second.
He would get such a kick out of when someone would scream because they were frightened by one of the props, and he would be sitting on the couch just laughing his head off.
So such a sweet story right there. Shelly started her spooktacular display in 2019 to bring the fun directly to her son in San Jose. And since then, more than 600 people have visited their area for the changing display every year, with some traveling as far away as San Diego. Look at that. That is just amazing. And then to hear how Chris just enjoys laughing when he sees people get scared or spooked by something that his mom has created, I think is always good. Let's bring in Jazzy Jazz on this real quick. Jazz, are you with me, girlie?
Good morning.
How you doing, girl?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a new week, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Hey, that's good. Now, in this story, again, I mentioned how sweet it is that she was able to do this for her son, who unfortunately is dealing with all of these disabilities, but is able to have that sense of normalcy. But the thing is that not only is she entertaining him, but this has brought joy to the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, I honestly think it's a really beautiful thing because, like you said, he has a lot of medical struggles that he's dealing with currently. So I can only imagine his mental state. So just being able to have a mother like that is willing to go out of her way to make sure that he's happy and he's still able to have a normal experience in comparison to other people who might not have these same struggles. It's just really encouraging and inspirational, and it's nice to see a whole community coming together to support what she's doing. So yeah, it's certainly a beautiful thing, and I'm happy that he has a mom like that to lift him up during these hard times.
Amen. All right, Jazz, do we have any viewers or comments today?
Yeah, we got a comment from Kareem.
Yes.
He says, I agree with Japhanie. The only self-driving vehicle I trust is a horse.
Ah!
To like the AI self-driving truck.
Yes, Kareem. That what I tell you. That's my boy right there. I feel like me and him are like this because yes, I'm gonna push the pause button on that. What about you? Would you like first of all, if you were driving and you see a car is empty and it's just having its own best life, what would that make you do?
Yeah, I would be really scared, honestly. Like, I would be, like, really weirded out by it. It's something that's still relatively new. I don't think I would trust the self-driving vehicles. I would get scared that there'll be some sort of malfunction and, like, it's possible that it could crash. Like you said earlier, I don't feel comfortable leaving my hands and leaving my life in the hands of technology. And there's been several instances, even with Teslas, where it was a malfunction and people resulted in injuries and even deaths for some people. So yeah, you gotta be careful with this new stuff unless until it's a little bit more advanced. It's still relatively new, so I'm okay on that for now.
I will say that once they do get this down packed, and once the technology is, I guess, trustworthy, people can have fun around Halloween. Like you could put a skeleton in the driver's seat and see what's up.
I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point. That's really funny.
All right, girl. We got anything else?
No, that's it for today.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jazzy Jazz.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, let's get to our headlines of the day before we roll out, all right? Coming up in our later newscast, including 10 News at noon, I will be there anchoring. Our girl Alyssa Ray is off today. But Associated Press is reporting more than 1 million people have fled their homes in Gaza Strip ahead of the expected ground invasion by Israel. Leaders with the United Nations say that they have run out of water or shelter across Gaza, and they hope to get more supplies in the corridor into Egypt is now open for humanitarian aid to come through. That story, plus police watching us a little too closely. The Hill City Connect allows police to have access to your security camera so they can find people who commit crimes. But some people are feeling a little iffy about it, saying this feels like Big Brother. Got details on that coming up later. And then a recall alert for parents with babies. Almost 500,000 little sleeping bibs and blankets are being recalled. The company says the care instruction label can come off, posing a choking hazard. So that's something that we're keeping our eyes on, those stories and so much more, including this. Just a quick reminder for you guys, WSLS Trick or Treat event, Lehman Family Farms coming up. I want you guys to be in the know about this. We'll be celebrating Halloween with lots of candy, music, and games on Thursday, October 26th. That's next week. It's free, but you can pay $15 for additional activities at the Fall Festival, like the corn maze, farm animals, and so much more. And it's a good cause. Half of that donations are going to charities. And of course, we're going to be there, excited to hand out more candy. Of course, you can head to our website at WSLS.com. There you will find a list of events for celebrating the spooky season across the region. And all of our Disney lovers out there, Magical Experience on Ice is making its way back to the Star City. For the first time in 12 years, Disney on Ice is returning to Roanoke with new adventures mixed with both classic and modern Disney characters the whole family can enjoy. You can find your hero will take audience on a journey through timeless tales at the Berglund Center starting early 2024. Some of the beloved Disney tales getting a Frozen twist in Berglund Center include Moana, Tangled, The Little Mermaid, and of course, Frozen. Show dates are expected to start Thursday, February 22nd, and go until Sunday, February the 25th. But tickets are available right now online for purchase. You know, the Berglund Center be doing it big, man. This past weekend, I actually went to see Rob Schneider, I think I'm saying his name right. Forgive me if I'm not. The dude is like, you can do it. All of Adam Sandler movies, and then The Hot Chick, Deuce Bigelow, The Animal. I love him. He's pretty funny to me, and I didn't realize how funny he was as a comedian on stage, and I didn't know he could sing as well. So it was a really good show. I think his show is called Narcissist Confessions. So if you guys are interested in giving him a shot and looking at one of his shows, he's pretty funny. He had that whole crowd laughing hard. I had some deep gut laughs. So again, Berglund Center always bringing in fun, different shows. And keep in mind, this Friday, guys, is the hockey game. So obviously, as we get closer and closer to the date, you'll see how much I'm going to be acting a fool with it. So super excited about that. Either way, thank you guys so much for joining us on this Monday on the Morning Sprint. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning at WSLS.com at 8 a.m.